Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Um, we look at how to deal with grammar errors. Okay, right. So let's start. So we will look at what are errors, attitudes to errors and correction, responding to errors, and then we go to the conclusion for this afternoon. Okay. So what are errors? Errors are part of the interlanguage, that is the version of the language which a learner has at any one stage of development and which is continually reshaped as he or she aims to full mastery. This is error. So in the learning state, learning life, you made a lot of errors. So learner made errors, okay, not mistakes. For mistakes, sometimes you actually make mistake, but usually you can correct your own mistake. But errors, you do not know. Only teachers who actually know. Okay, please look at here. The difference between errors and mistake. Everyone, look at the difference between errors and mistake. Error, language not internalized yet. So it means that for errors in the language that is not actually internalized. It means learners just learn the language. Okay, this is the new language for them, and they make error. Okay, and for mistake, language has been internalized. Okay, it means that uh, this language has been used, has been learned for a long time already, but then they make mistakes sometimes. Okay, incomplete knowledge. And yeah, this is incomplete knowledge that you make error. Occur when learning. Yeah, occur when learning. Yeah, this is error. Student cannot correct even the error is pointed out because you don't know your error. Okay, for mistake. Okay, as we mentioned, language has been internalized. Yeah, carelessness or carelessness. Sometimes you are not careful, you make mistakes. Lack of attention or fatigue. It means you have no enthusiasm or no energy. Okay, student can self-correct. Yes, here student can actually self-correct. Yeah, teacher thinks student can self-correct. Yeah, here. Okay, this is you call mistake. So this is the difference between error and mistake. Everyone. Yeah. So language learners make mistakes. They seem to happen regardless of teacher skill and perseverance. Okay, skill and perseverance. Perseverance mean what? Mean trying to do again and again, but still student make mistakes. Okay, it seems to be an inevitable part of learning a language. Okay, yeah. So it's not avoidable. Okay. And most teachers believe that ignoring this mistake might put at risk the learner linguistic development. Okay, yeah. So if you ignore, yeah, when you see mistakes and then you just ignore, okay, you do not actually help correct your students. This is not good, for your student linguistic development. Okay, linguistic development means the progress in your student language knowledge. Okay, and these are some questions a teacher might ask. Is there an error here? What kind of error is that? What caused that? Does it matter? What should I do about it? Okay, so these are some questions that you ask. Okay, yeah, okay, over here. So now look at causes of errors. Yeah, cause. Okay, L1 interference. Yeah, sometimes you actually because of your first language interference. For example, I bought my books at the library. Sometimes it is from your L1. You say library. Okay, yeah. So then you use English. You use library. Yeah, things are nơi bên nào lại sometimes. Okay, nơi bên nào kia something like that. Yeah. Overgeneralization. Sometimes you overgeneralize things. Okay, he can sing because he certain singular to then sing you as. Okay, this is another error. Yeah, grammatical error. Okay, this is lexical error. Yeah, ignorance of rule restriction. Yeah, I made him to do his homework. Yeah, so this is another error. Made him do, not to do. Yeah, or incomplete application of rules. Can you tell me what are we going to do? Yeah, so you do not know the rules. Okay, yeah, yeah. Actually, can you tell me what we are going to do? Not are we? Okay, right. Okay. Once an error has been identified, the next step is to classify it. Learners may make mistakes at the level of individual words, the way they put sentence together, or at the level of the whole text. Okay, yeah. So sometimes you make mistakes with words, with individual words, or sometimes you actually put sentence together, you still make errors, or sometimes the whole text. Okay, over here. Yeah. At the level of word, yeah, they may have chosen the wrong word for the meaning they want to express. They are stopping at the door instead of standing. Okay, yeah. So you use stop instead of standing, or they may have used the wrong form. Yeah, law instead of lawyer, things instead of things. Yeah, okay. And these are called lexical errors. So with the wrong word, you call lexical errors. Yeah, yeah. This is lexical errors. For grammar errors, on the other hand, cover such things as mistakes in verb form and tense. Doorbells rings. We uh, we speak ed. Uh, Doorbell rang with s. Yeah, past imperfect with s. So this is the grammar errors, grammatical errors, and sentence structure error. Was 4 o'clock, where the subject of the clause it has been left out. Yeah, so no subject here. Yeah, okay. This is sentence structure error. Yeah. And discourse error relate to the way sentences are organized and linked in order to make the whole text. Okay, this is discourse error. Please look at here, yeah. So types of error, yeah, an example. Lexical error, I remember a lot of things, yeah. Actually things, this is word wrong, yeah, use. This is a lexical error, yeah, word error. Grammar error, we speak idiom. Discourse error. At last, when I went to bed, it was 4 o'clock. Yeah. So actually, you should say, at last, it was 4 o'clock when I went to bed. Not like this. Okay. This is wrong. This is you call discourse errors because this is the way you actually link the sentences. Okay, in the wrong ways. This is called discourse errors. Everyone. Okay. All right. So we have three types of errors: lexical errors, grammar errors, and discourse errors. Actually, we have one more as the pronunciation errors, but not mentioned here. When we speak with the wrong pronunciation, this is called pronunciation error. So you say, for example, you say listen, yeah, not listen, listen, yeah. You say no, not no, yeah. This is a pronunciation error. So to sum up, there are three kinds of errors to be identified: lexical errors, grammar errors, and discourse error. And in the case of spoken language, we have pronunciation errors. Okay, yeah, pronunciation errors. All right. Yeah. So like three boy, not three boys. Yeah, this is be careful with that. Okay. Attitude to errors. So few people like being wrong, and yet there seems to be no way of learning a language without being wrong. How can you avoid? People make mistake. Okay, you cannot avoid being wrong. People actually make errors sometimes. However, not many people like being corrected either. So, but people do not like being corrected. So, what should we do if they are wrong? But do you think it is right to do a mistake without being corrected? The answer is no, no, no correction, no development. Okay, certainly, current methodology is much more tolerant of errors. It means the teaching methodology now doesn't seem to to be correcting a lot. Okay, yeah. So many people believe that to correct error is a form of interference. Yeah, is interfering their learning. Yeah. However, recent thinking sees error as evidence of developmental processes rather than bad habit formation. Yeah. Recently, they see that when we have errors, it means that we develop more. If we do not have errors, we do not develop because the more you do, the more mistake you get. Okay, all right. So learner errors offer a teacher a rich source of data with which to monitor learning, and learner need feedback on their production at the same time. Okay, yeah. So when students have errors, teacher can monitor, and also teacher can give feedback for their production. Okay, to be developed, right? This suggests that teachers should deal with at least some of the errors that arise. So to do this, they have a wide range of feedback options available. Okay, yeah. So uh, we teachers should have the right ways to give feedback, you know, and deal with errors, with error correction with care, with great care. Okay, and see if things that we want to give to students are appropriate, are positive enough for them. Okay, so can you now look at it, responding to errors? One of the keys to successful language learning lies in the feedback that a learner receives from others. So yeah, sure, feedback is good. Feedback is good, but too much negative feedback, like interruption, correction, over attention to wrong forms, often lead to learner to shut off their attempts at communication, may be discouraging. You know, this is too much negative feedback, but too much positive feedback reinforces errors. More errors will arise. Okay. So the task of the teacher is to find the right level of positive and negative feedback. Enough this encouragement and attention to crucial errors. Yeah, okay. So how? How can we balance our feedback? Okay, the right level of both the positive and also the corrective feedback. Yeah, the negative here, actually we should say the corrective feedback. Okay, all right. So then student will be very acceptive. Okay, yeah. So when and what to correct? It is not the teacher's job to correct all the non-standard English that learner produce, but to help the learners improve their English. However, students in the classroom generally want and expect errors to be corrected. Wow. So it is not our job as teachers to actually correct student everything, because students have a lot of mistakes. They are not the native English speakers. So how can we correct everything? Okay. It is suitable not to correct students when we are paying attention to what they want to say, when the aim of the task is to practice fluency. So if it is about fluency, we cannot correct with a lot of grammars, okay? Forms, yeah. I have got 2 cats and 1 dog. Yeah, fine. You don't need to actually correct like cats, okay? Inaccurate but comprehensible. Here, even though it is not correct, but it is understood. Okay, I have 7 years. Okay, I have 7 years. Actually, here I mean I am 7 years old, but some kid might say I have 7 years. We understand. Okay, so here we just focus on fluency. Correcting errors is necessary when we focus on learner attention on accuracy, not fluency. Okay, all right. So this is the end. So in summary, we actually look at a lot of errors. You know, we actually see that a lot of errors are developmental. Yeah, even students have errors, but then they can develop more. Yeah. Not all errors are grammar errors. Yeah, sometimes pronunciation errors. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, not all are grammar errors. Learners' errors offer a rich source of material for language focus and consciousness raising. Yeah, so the more errors becomes, the more student progress. Okay, learners need the right ways of error correction. So teachers need to balance of their giving feedbacks positively and correctively. Yeah, we should say corrective feedback, not negative feedbacks. In the technological term, in the terminological term, to actually correct the students. Okay, so we will discuss more in the panel discussion about the responding to errors and also the error corrections. Okay, thank you everyone. See you soon. Goodbye.